Newcomer's Map, a guide for the journey ahead. If you're a believer but not yet fluent in blockchain, or a crypto investor not yet fluent in faith, welcome. You're standing at the edge of two frontiers. One written in ancient scrolls, the other in computer code. One says, let your yes be yes. The other says, trust, but verify. Between them lies the greatest stewardship challenge of our age. I didn't write this book to impress traders or theologians. I am neither. I wrote it because the church is walking headlong into a digital reformation, and most don't even realize it. The rails that carry tomorrow's economy are being laid right now. Invisible digital infrastructure that moves value through code instead of paper, through consensus instead of courts. It is my prayer that this book will change how you see faith, technology, deception, money, and calling, and that it will equip you to lead your household with clarity and to steward digital assets with integrity in a world that is about to change faster than anyone expects. XRP, XLM, XDC, FLR, SGB, and SHX. These are not just tickers. They are infrastructure, part of the hidden rails of the new global financial system. The question isn't whether it's coming. It's whether God's people will be ready to steward it righteously. This book is your compass. You'll hear terms like settlement, liquidity, middleware, delegation, and custody. Words that sound like banker's Latin, but carry a deep spiritual echo. Settlement is a covenant fulfilled. Liquidity is a provision in motion. Middleware is the translator between systems. Much like the Holy Spirit bridges our frail understanding and divine truth. Custody, that's ownership and accountability. What God first commanded in Eden. Tend and keep it. I'll show you how international standards like ISO 20022 are quietly becoming the grammar of global money. How central banks are racing towards programmable currencies. And the way blockchains may control access to everything from trade finance to identity. As we travel, we'll talk about my bang for the buck investing theory. The concept that kingdom investors measure value not in headlines or hype, but in what architecture endures when the distraction dies down. We'll explore what it means to build a proverbial crypto bank of conscience, not a vault for greed, but a digital asset treasury of integrity, using digital rails to serve real production and ministry. We'll build toward the vision of crypto ministries, communities that merge technology, stewardship, and discipleship. We'll pull back the curtain on who's writing the code of tomorrow and how God's people can still write covenant into a world of smart contracts. Don't worry if those terms sound heavy. They'll come alive one by one. This isn't a textbook. It's a field guide. My job is to help you navigate and to make the invisible visible. This is to remind you that you already have the wisdom you need to walk this path. If you've read the parable of the talents, then you already understand stewardship. Now you'll see those same truths written in digital code. If some of this feels dense at first, that's okay. You're learning an entirely new language. That is why there's a glossary, clear appendices, and after you finish Chapter 21 on AI, guardrails for using AI to look things up and to check my work. Let concepts settle at your own pace. Nothing here is above you. Walk with me, one chapter at a time, and what feels like a mountain now will become a path you can later travel with confidence. For now, here's your roadmap. Part 1 reveals the collapse of the old order and the birth of the new digital systems. It explains how money breaks, how systems reset, and why the ground beneath our feet is shifting. Part 2 moves from revelation to architecture through convoys, code, and calling. It shows how obedience and innovation converge as new systems learn to settle value, distribute trust, and prepare the rails for verified data economies. Part 3 issues a call to stewardship. Here, believers are trained to build ministries, treasuries, and crypto banks rooted in righteousness, transforming knowledge into kingdom utility. Part 4 brings everything to the altar, the place where every technology and talent bows before Christ. In the end, discipleship replaces ambition, and obedience becomes the final proof of faith. None of this is financial advice. This is spiritual orientation. It's about learning to see the times through a different prism. The same God who called Noah to build before the rain is calling his people now to understand the digital systems before the flood of digitization and tokenization arrives. The world is shifting. Regulation is forming. Nations are aligning. And yet, the light still shines upon the path of the faithful. The harvest may be digital, but the stewardship is eternal. Don't worry if you've never touched crypto before. This book should make the entire digital asset space feel more accessible. Walk with me into the heart of the coming digitized era, not as experts chasing knowledge, but as disciples pursuing wisdom for the glory of God.